27 times. That's how many times this asshole's tried to kill me. 27... 28!
Prepared for that assault, motherfucker?
In car, sir. Ready, dead.
Yeah, we got a plan to get you out.
I know everything there is to know about computers, okay? All the Twitters, I know them.
Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Being Frank, and I am joined today with my wife, Jessie.
Hi.
And I am Frank, obviously, and welcome to the show. And just to give you a quick heads up on what the show is going to be about, if you follow me on Twitter, at FrankHemps3, you realize I do a lot of talking about movies and other pop culture related stuff, TV shows, Rick and Morty, a lot of Rick and Morty. So if you're coming onto the show because of my Twitter account, then you already know who I am, don't really need an introduction. My wife, however, is not too active on Twitter.
I'm trying to get more active.
You just stalk me on there.
Yeah, just a little.
Follow everyone that follows me or I'm talking to.
That's how I know what you're up to.
I don't like that.
What?
What? Stalker?
I'm not a stalker.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're finding this show through Twitter or just randomly. So let's just jump right into topics. We saw a couple of movies today, some new releases.
Yeah.
First thing that we saw today was...
The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yes, starring Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. And I enjoyed the movie. It felt a little long at some points.
I loved it.
Like, I would say it kind of felt like a combination of, not story-wise, just tone-wise, it felt a combination of Die Hard with a Vengeance and Deadpool.
Yes, I can see that.
Like, I found they really just, like, I don't want to say they copied Deadpool because, I mean, yeah, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking, even if it wasn't starring Ryan Reynolds, of more of the way they just combined humor, comedy, and action with blood and gore.
Yeah.
Because, like, before, I mean, movies have always had lots of violence in them, lots of gore, but they never really had them match up quite the way the comedy was in this movie. Normally when a movie is more comedic than it is action-y, it kind of downplays the violence, but this one, it felt like they really just went with it for both action, comedy, violence, blood, gore.
I agree.
And Samuel Jackson, Ryan Reynolds, they played great off of each other.
Yeah.
There were some points when I wasn't sure if they were making fun of each other's characters or just what certain actors are known for.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd say it's, like, I enjoyed the movie. I would probably end up buying it in the end.
Yes, I hope so.
Now I don't know what to do. I already just said the entire review and we're only a couple minutes in. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Like, I kind of, like, even though I did complain that the movie, it was 2 hours long, and you really felt the 2 hours. So, I guess it dragged a little bit in parts for me. But overall, as a comedy, as the two working together, everything worked for me.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish that they had a little more for the Selma Hayek character to do.
Yes, I loved her character.
And the way just the premise of the movie, I really hope they don't try and go for a sequel.
Yeah, that would, I agree.
But yeah, I think that's, the more I think about the movie, the more I kind of just, it really feels like, it wasn't Lionsgate that put out the movie, it was Summit. It really felt like they were going for a Deadpool type movie.
Yeah.
Like, they did a lot of things very similar.
Yes.
Even with, like, the final shot of the movie kind of being a little closing circle or heart on main characters.
Yeah.
So I guess now that I'm letting the movie resonate, it's going down a little for me. But
I still enjoyed it.
yeah. I mean, if the trailer had sold you on it, then you'll like it. It's one of those movies where you can tell right by the trailer on if it's going to be for you or not. I was surprised at the amount of plot that they had in it and what got the two characters together and them going on their adventure.
Yeah.
It's like, very early on in the movie, I was watching, I go, this really isn't as, like, action-y, or as action-y as the trailers made it seem like it was going to be. It had a nice, slow build-up before it got into him protecting him.
Yeah.
Which, it was nice, but, again, like, that's why I kind of felt like it had a little bit of Die Hard to me in it, because they were building up the story.
Yeah.
Now, what are some things you did not like about the movie?
Well, one of the things, and it's always about action movies, the characters are so resilient and they can really take a beating and go through a lot of hell that a normal person would not be able to go through.
Yeah, like, this isn't spoilery at all.
Yeah.
Because this was in the trailers of, him just flying through the windshield and just standing up and cracking a joke. And I'm pretty sure flying through a windshield, you're going to be knocked out for at least a little bit.
Yeah. And I just kept thinking, you should... yeah.
It was almost like for the nice guys, when the main character goes, I think I'm invincible, or I'm unkillable.
Yes, just like that.
Yeah, like, for the most part, the action was a little... Okay, it was unrealistic, but again, it's also a comedy, so it's going for that.
Yeah.
But him just flying through the windshield and just... No concussion, no nothing. Just stand up, crack a joke, on with the movie.
Yeah, they were very resilient.
Alright, so what would you say are the high points of the movie for you?
Oh, jeez.
To me, the when the movie works the best is when just Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds just going at it, just going back and forth.
Yeah, the way that they play off of each other is so interesting, and they do a really good job. I loved it.
Alright, so where would you rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, jeez. At its high point, I would have given it an 8.
I'd give it more of like a 6.5.
Really?
I mean, it was pretty standard for an action comedy. It didn't really break new grounds, except it just was another action comedy movie. But don't get me wrong, 6.5, I mean, that's a 65%. That's a passing grade nowadays. I mean, when I was in school, I think 70 was the lowest I could get.
Oh, I was going between a 7 or an 8.
And the other movie that we saw today, because I really don't think there's much more that we can say about Hitman's Bodyguard.
Right.
Pretty much, would I recommend it? I'd recommend it to anyone who was interested in watching it from the trailer.
Yeah.
If you didn't like it from the trailer, the movie's not going to change your mind. And the other movie we saw today was Logan Lucky.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed it.
It was really good.
And what I really don't like about the movie was they make a joke in a news broadcast, which it's kind of what I was wanting to call the movie. Because it really is just, it pretty much is Soderbergh doing another Ocean's 11 type movie, but without it being an Ocean's movie.
Oh, yeah.
But again, like, the movie, like, problems that I have with most movies today all have to do with trailers and the way they're advertised.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time differentiating on what I don't like a movie because of in the movie sense, or what I'm not liking because of how it was advertised.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, love the movie, and maybe I shouldn't give how I would rate it right off the bat of the review. Normally I'd say for the end, but that I'd give the movie a solid 8 out of 10. But the way they advertise, like, all these small, minor people that just are only in the movie for not even a handful of scenes.
Yeah.
Like, they really did not need to put Seth MacFarlane in the trailer, or Hilary Swank in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, there's such minor roles that don't really have too much to do with the plot. It's literally, those roles could have been given to any actor in the world, but they just wanted to show off on, hey, look who we got for this part and this part.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple other actors, but I can't think of them. That's because of how little they were in the movie.
Yeah, I can't think of the other ones either.
Yeah, Channing Tatum and Adam Driver in the movie as brothers. Again, that was another duo that it worked on screen.
Yeah, I liked them.
I really think my favorite part is just Daniel Craig's accent in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he was just great in it. And I don't know, like, something about his portrayal and his accent really makes me think he could pull off a great Jim Varney for, like, a Jim Varney biopic movie.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig would make a good Ernest, I think.
Yes. It's funny because there was a lot of actors in there that I know I've seen somewhere, but I can't think of where.
I know who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Jerry from Parks and Rec.
Well, yeah.
And you're also thinking of Roy from The Office.
Yeah. Well, those, but there's other ones too.
Yeah, this was very much a Steven Soderbergh movie. You're looking at me like you don't know. Ocean's 11, 12, 13, Magic Mike.
Oh! See, now there's one I know.
Now you got to see Hillbilly Mike.
Oh.
Went from Magic to Hillbilly. This is what happens when you don't get to build your wood shop or furniture store that he wanted to make from Magic Mike. He had to turn to Robin from NASCAR.
Now I'm fantasizing that.
Now we know what happened to his knee.
Oh.
Which that kind of bugged me a little bit in the movie. Like, I'm assuming it was a football injury, but...
Yeah, they never addressed that.
Like, earlier on in the movie, they addressed that, he was walking with a limp. But then, like, there are just scenes when he looks like he's just walking perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Guess maybe his limp only acts up when it's convenient for the plot.
I guess.
So what did you like about the movie, then?
I'm trying to think of how to explain things without giving away spoilers.
Well, again, this is another movie where I really think you can judge by the trailer on if it's a movie you want to see. If you liked what you saw in the trailer, you will like the movie, and it won't change your mind.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's hard for trailers to make me change my mind. Like, there are movies where I just see the trailer for it and I go, yeah, that looks horrible. Knowing I'm going to go in and watch it, knowing I'm going to walk out thinking it's horrible. Like Transformers The Last Night, all the trailers, I knew the movie was going to be bad. I didn't want to believe it would be bad because on certain levels, I really enjoy the first trilogy.
Yeah.
The fourth one, every time I watch it, just goes down more and more. Like, I really think I do not like the fourth one at all now. But the fifth one was just really horrible.
Yeah.
But even though I saw from the trailers that it looked bad, I went in hoping the movie would make me change my mind, and that movie did not.
Yeah. I remember sitting in the theater watching that and thinking, did somebody get drunk at a medieval times or a Renaissance fair and say, hey, you know what this needs? Transformers.
How the fuck did we go from talking about Logan Lucky to Transformers?
You did that.
I know, that one was my own doing.
That was you.
But yeah, when the movie worked best for me was when it was all three, Daniel Craig, young Darth Vader, and Magic Mike. They all worked together pretty well.
He's not young Darth Vader.
I know, but he's a Darth Vader wannabe.
Oh, jeez.
Adam Driver. I know his name now. I had to think about it. Like, Adam Driver, he's an actor that I don't like in general. Just,
Why?
I don't know. Like, it's only in certain movies that I like him, and usually it all has to do with his character. And in this case, I liked his character. I liked the movie.
I've only seen him in 2 movies, so I'm not sure.
No, you saw him in This Is Where I Leave You.
Did I see that?
Jason Bateman, father died, they're brothers.
I think I fell asleep watching that.
Well, that lets you know about that.
Oops. No, I was like, wait, did we see that in theaters, or was it one you put on here at home?
I didn't see it with you in theaters. It's one we watched at home.
Oh, that's why I fell asleep.
I saw it in theaters.
I was gonna say.
So between Logan Lucky...
I have to pick a favorite? Oh,
Yeah, like between the two.
jeez.
Between Logan Lucky and Hitman's Bodyguard, which one do you think was the better movie of the two? Because both of them are opening up this weekend, or they are open.
Oh, gosh. I have to pick a favorite?
Yeah, that way we can let people know, if you could only pick one this weekend, which one would you see?
I guess I'm going to have to go with Logan Lucky.
So you'd rate Logan Lucky higher than Bodyguard?
Is that one shorter?
They're both 2 hours long.
Oh, so it's not shorter.
No. I will say they're both great comedies, but if you want more action, there's a clear winner there.
Yeah.
But it also depends on your kind of humor. To me, Logan Lucky felt a lot more drier humor. There were no fart jokes.
It felt more...
Which I like that.
To me, it felt more like family, because it was all about family. It was. I mean, they were brothers. Well, there was a lot of family involved. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I really liked it. I really liked the humor in Hitman's Bodyguard, though. I really can't pick a favorite.
Well, it's not about picking favorites, just picking a recommendation, like...
Go see both! That's what we did.
Yeah, because we had nothing else better to do today.
Right?
But yeah, personally for me, I really like the two of them. I like Logan Lucky a bit more. But yeah, both movies, if you're sold on the trailer, you'll be sold on the movie. Just go with whatever you want.
Yep.
Just, no matter what, as long as it's not the Emoji Movie, you'll have a good time. All I know is when Hitman Bodyguard comes out on Blu-ray, I'm excited to see someone put together a motherfucking supercut of all the motherfuckers in the motherfucking movie.
Yes. You gonna do it?
I probably would be the one to do that for the hell of it.
You should.
Alright, so now that we got the two quick little reviews out of the way. So earlier tonight I was writing a script to make a video for my channel.
Okay.
It was going to be a video essay. Because earlier this week, CinemaSins put out Everything Wrong with Kong Skull Island.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
And the director of that movie, somehow or another, happened to stumble across the video.
Yeah.
And apparently he had a few complaints.
I didn't actually see it, but I heard about it.
Everyone heard about it. For 2 days he's just been tweeting about it. And I started writing out a video essay that I was going to edit together. And I didn't feel like I was coming up with a strong enough argument to be able to actually make a proper defense video.
Okay.
Because in the end, all of my points just came down to stop being a bitch. He goes, you made Kong Skull Island, and he wants to act like he was calling CinemaSins anti-art. And I'm thinking, if CinemaSins is anti-art, is he meaning that Kong Skull Island is a piece of art movie? When a lot of that movie took elements and themes from Apocalypse Now, like even down to like the advertising posters or the advertising campaign they were doing near the end there. But this is essentially like is it the fourth or third remake? Kong 75. So this is like the third or fourth iteration of Kong. This isn't an art house picture.
Right.
And it's weird, ever since he went on that big Twitter rampage, a lot of I keep seeing articles pop up online all talking about this Twitter's attack on CinemaSins. And I know it's a critique of a series that is critiquing. But in the end, if you watch CinemaSins...
Yeah.
Because I watch them.
And I watch them with you.
And anyone that's been watching the series long enough knows that essentially it's not a review of the movie. The way I look at the series is the narrator is a character on his own.
Yeah.
Because I know quite a few people were, and the narrator of the video not the person, but the character called the narrator. It's just them, how they view the movie.
Yeah.
If that's making sense. And a lot of it's just made to crack jokes. Some of it's serious, some of it not.
Yeah.
And if you watch the series, there's a lot of running jokes that if they can fit a certain running joke into a movie, they will. One of them was the Prometheus School of running away from things. Which you saw Prometheus the other night, so now do you get the joke?
Yes.
At the end, the thing is falling, and they're just walking, running straight while it's falling on them, instead of going side to side.
Yeah, and there's the running joke roll credits.
Yeah.
And we were watching a movie this summer. I think it was Pirates. And we were
God, that
watching
movie.
it. And you and I both thought at one scene, I think when the title came up, we thought roll credits.
Well, not only that, just in the Pirates movie, it just felt really forced.
It really did.
It was very like, hey, this is what we're going to name. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Just say it. Just say the line. No, that's the title. No, that's the fucking line. Just say it. And just so goddamn awkward in that movie.
It was.
He says it, and then the title pops up on screen. Like, I really hate that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you watch CinemaSins as a series, there's all these running jokes and other play-ons that's doing to where it's not really so much a, like, video essays of all these individual movies, but more of the character of the narrator going through and watching all these current pop culture movies.
Yeah.
And, like, one thing that's really pissed me off is in all these articles, they're all attacking CinemaSins, but at the same time, they're all praising Screen Junkie's honest trailers. And the only difference really is just the runtime. One's short and quick, and CinemaSins a little more, over the years, have gotten longer. Well, not really longer and longer. They were short, but then they went to like the full anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on the movie and depending on the jokes. And Kong Skull Island is rated 76% on Rotten Tomatoes, which that averages out to about 3 out of 4 people like it. But everyone is acting like Kong is such a great movie that they're just being nitpickers. And yeah, they kind of have to be when movies are pretty more well received. It's just jokes, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that this director is just, like, not even, like, I understand from the director's point of view, it's his movie, so he's maybe taking this a little too personal.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's just another review.
Yeah.
But it's not a review at the same time. Like, if he wants to take it as a review, then just chalk it up as another bad review. Why is this one really bugging him that much?
Yeah.
And, because... So I get certain news pop-ups from Google of stuff that they think I may find interesting. I keep getting notifications of every time there's a new CinemaSins article.
Okay.
Which I did not set up for alerts like that. It's just the way technology is, they know everything you do on your phone. They know I tweet a lot at them, so I'm sure that's why it's pulling it up. But there's one article today that just really pissed me off from The Guardian. And I think a lot of people that are caught up in the director going after him, a lot of people, this may be the first time that they've heard of CinemaSins.
Yeah.
And I really think the writer of the article for Guardian is not a person that watches CinemaSins or knows much about them. But, like, even the writer of the article said that, quote unquote, they don't seem to be made by people who understand or even like film very much.
What?
And that's what was prompting me to want to make a video essay, was just that part in the article pissed me off more than anything. Because if you watch if you watch the series, you can tell they're made by people that watch a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah.
If you listen to their podcast, they have, 1,000 years of movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Okay, exaggerating there.
Yeah, but still.
So they're not people that hate movies or wanting to be dicks. It's just another YouTube show.
Yeah.
And if you want to know how they really feel about movies, then you would listen to their podcast, Sincast, on, wherever you listen to podcasts at, or over on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's where this podcast is at. So a lot of these writers, I know the way the internet works, are just writing up these articles because it's a topic that's going around a lot and it's very clickbaity. But I feel like the writers of the articles aren't doing their due diligence and actually looking into the people that do make the videos. I mean, just because Jeremy voices CinemaSins doesn't mean he's the only one writing them. I mean, more than one person writes for these videos.
Yeah.
Like, there's a team of people. So that's why, to me, the narrator of it, it's more of a character because it's kind of a combination of all these different writers that are working on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, they're just going for jokes.
Right.
I mean, if I was a director and I made a movie and they send it, I'd fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then I know my next movie, I know shit I need to pay attention to.
And a lot of the time, when they're sending a movie, it's not, like, about the director. A lot of the time, it's the writing.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, movie tropes that are overused a lot that they notice that keeps popping up over and over again.
Yeah, but isn't that, part of the writing, not necessarily the directing?
Well, when it comes to movies, it's hard to actually pinpoint anything because of how long the process is. And, you can take a script, the writer can write it however they want, and then the director can take that same script and shoot it however they want, and then when it comes time to edit it, it gets edited however they want. So it's always a changing process, so you can never really blame anything on the writer anymore. All you can really do is just look at the final product and just judge it from there.
Huh.
And there are other movies that they have seen on that channel that they have admitted that they love the movies, like The Matrix, La La Land.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like they do it to be dicks. They're not. It's jokes. Lighten the fuck up.
Right.
Like, there was one thing that the director tweeted out that I agreed with the director on, and that was, watch movies for yourself. Like, I know I'm misquoting him, and I don't care. I mean, if he hears this and wants to go on a rant about me, go ahead. I could use the bump. And when you watch CinemaSins, in the end, I mean, they do the final grade, and again, the grade that they give it is always a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a don't see this movie. I mean, by the time they get around to making them, the movie's already been out for rental and purchase for, sometimes weeks or months at a time.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's even hurting any sort of financial impact.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we started this podcast, because I couldn't figure out a way to write a rant about that without it just ending with, just don't be a bitch.
Or a dick.
So I think that's going to wrap it up for this first episode of I'm Being Frank. And I think I was rather frank on that rant there.
Yes. Yes, you were.
So we will be back again next week. Be sure to subscribe and listen, and follow me on Twitter at FrankHems3. From there, you'll be able to find all my social media links to YouTube and all that good stuff.
Yep, me too.
You just use your shit to stalk me.
No, I really don't. Sometimes I do tweet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted out something really cute the other day.
What was that?
I tweeted out that our daughter said, "I'm not a scientist, I'm a nerd." I was like, that's adorable and weird.
Now I don't know how to end this.
Oh.
Well, this has been Frank Kemp and Jesse. Until next week, I don't know, read a book. Hey everybody, welcome to Being Frank. No, that's not the name of the fucking show. I'm actually trying to look up an actress that's in it, because I can't think of her name. She's in an Alien Covenant.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, Catherine Orteson popped up in it for a little bit. She played the doctor. She was in Alien Covenant. Couldn't think of her name.
Oh.
I don't even know why I just spent all that time looking it up when I know I don't have any much to say about her. I mean, good actress.
I still need to watch that.
Alright, so between the two that we saw today, Logan Lucky. I know the name. Maybe we should talk a little bit about ourselves to let people that are listening know who we are, and we are complete nobodies.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going with that. Bug it.